Hey, so today you are going to get the D&D video from, 2 Wednesdays ago because I went on vacation immediately after filming, never edited it until now. So, hey, bonus D&D video before I'm sure I will have another one this Wednesday.
You come out and it's morning.
Okay.
It's
Okay, so maybe
time.
we're
You
going
guys
for
are
breakfast.
actually fairly tired at this point. You're a little
Maybe we
exhausted.
should sleep and then go to Milo's for dinner. Let's
No.
do that.
I like this plan.
I take out my new staff and I realign everybody's chakras to remove our tiredness. And it works.
Does it?
Does it?
Less restoration.
I mean,
Oh yeah, that's right. You did give him a staff of lesser restoration.
I'm cleansing our auras, our auric fields.
You're missing as you go to
Great.
as you're like, oh, we're tired. We should take a nap. No, I will not make us any tired anymore. And you lesser restoration. You turn around. You're like 1 and 2 and there's one missing.
what happened to
Melina.
Melita?
Melita.
Melita.
I guess we have to go back for,
The portal
Go back
is
where?
gone.
well, the entrance to the cave, of course.
But it's caved in.
We haven't checked yet.
That's a fair point. But
Where's Yanis?
And I'm going to cast augury.
ooh,
I'm going to ask, is Yanis in the cave?
You tumble the bones down and there's little carved animals and everything. What is it? Are they carved animals or are they just bones that are?
They're
like-
bones that I've marked in a fashion to
Yeah, they're
to show
symbols.
the wheel or the woe.
Got it. You throw the bones down, and as you throw them down, it actually aligns itself to the word no.
Wow, that's really specifically correct.
well then,
So then,
she's out here somewhere.
I was gonna say, I vote we go find Milo. Let's do it.
Okay, since we're not tired anymore, thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks. That realigning my chakras really helped. How come you didn't do that before?
I didn't have the special staff.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Morning.
It was a dwarf behind the bar, remember?
Yeah.
Seems to be quite the somber mood in town.
Let's
What's
do it with the
happened?
black ribbons.
He looks up, he says, have you not heard?
No.
We got trapped in a cave.
Mm-hmm.
We've literally been under a rock.
It's a great joke.
He has passed.
Who?
And he just keeps rubbing the table.
Wait, who
And he's
has
crying.
passed?
His eyes are filled.
I
with
ask him in
tears.
Dwarvish. Who's passed?
He's having trouble. He's just like sobbing. And he's I can't. And he walks and he leaves. He goes into the back.
Well, I'm gonna go for the church or chapel or whatever where you'd keep a dead body.
Yeah.
You're
Let's go
reading
find out who's dead.
Herbert's mind.
So Milo is dead, and literally the entire town is mourning, despite the fact that everyone called him like a crazy old bat, an insane man, an idiot, and all sorts of things the last time we were here. Is anyone else suspicious?
That you took up an hour of time. We could already be on part 2 of the evening.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
What
We
part?
killed bad guys.
Don't you remember my guy?
Mike Cormier, you always make your good guys so much more suspicious. Like, the guards wouldn't speak to us. No one will tell us what
pointed-
happened.
and
That's
pointed
bullshit.
a
Good guys
spear
would be
at,
like, yeah, they pointed a spear at Herbert when he tried to give him a hug.
Yeah.
They seemed suspicious. They seemed like they were under mind control. You did
Yeah.
that on purpose.
They did not seem like they were.
Yes, they did.
My children. And as soon as he says that, the doors to the church reopen. And it's hard to see because you guys are backs to the doors and the way it's set up is a little strange. And then around the corner, a man comes sort of running in and he's breathing heavy. He says, "Am I too late?" And you guys all recognize him.
It's Lord Farrington.
It's Lord Farrington and his family. And Lord Farrington sees the body and he just walks towards it and he just breaks down. He starts crying and he's kneeling and he sits over there. And the priest takes a step back and puts his hand on Lord Farrington's shoulder and he gives him a blessing. And the Farrington family stands up and walks towards the back and they all sit down in the back. from what you know of Lord Farrington,
They
from being
all.
with me,
There are only two.
I'm sorry,
of
there's just
them.
the two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him and his wife.
Billy's dead.
Well,
No, Billy's a ghost protector of the
ghost
town. He
protector of
just
the
probably
town.
can't come here.
Yeah, probably.
so they sit sort of in the back. From what you guys know of the two of them, they're pretty humble. Like they're not like I'm the
Yeah.
Lord. Like they're
Oh,
good,
no.
they're good people.
Yeah,
and
we
they
like
just
them.
take a seat in the back with everybody else. Like it doesn't bother them, but it does take about 10-15 extra minutes. And when this happens, you can see the people that were really affected by Sir Milo also start to cry again. And it's one of those like once one person starts crying, everybody's just fucking crying.
Herbert
so it's-
starts crying.
Yeah, you guys sort
Yeah.
of starting to get wrapped up in it, and you can feel the emotion, but you're like, what I don't even know this guy. Like, why is this affecting me so much? And it's just the time and the place. So the priest gets up there and he gives
Do you need a handkerchief?
he gives a
No, I'm fine.
he gives
I'm just a sympathetic crier. He just keeps on like that the entire time. I'll do it if you want.
Please don't. So he gives a nice little service, and he talks about the deeds of Sir Milo, and he goes over two big ones, about the war and some of his acts of valor, saving his comrades, and then he comes to one where he talks about how every Santos Mass he would go into the bakery and bake cookies himself. He would rent out the bakery and bake the cookies himself, and everyone thought he was mad and crazy, and he wasn't a good baker, and the cookies tasted disgusting. And everyone giggles at the stories and how he would play with the kids and teach the kids sword play, and he was never able to defend himself against the children because he was 170 years old. And they giggle at that, and he tells a couple of different stories. He calls people up from the seats and says, does anybody have stories about Sir Milo? And it's one of those things where you guys are feeling a little bit out of place.
Yeah.
Like there's no story you can tell
That is outrageous. Herbert has one story you can tell about meeting Milo.
but the stories that that you have, it does not seem like the place to tell them, because the stories are a lot more, he was my neighbor, and he used to play he tried learning how to play the tin whistle, but he only played it when he didn't think people were listening, which was at night, and he was the worst at the tin whistle, and it kept me up all night, but I didn't have the heart to tell him, that sort of thing. There's a lot of those stories that get told. The service ends, everyone's given a blessing, and the casket is lifted by pallbearers, who you don't know who they are. They're just random guys, or random people. There's a couple guys, couple girls, all human, and they pick it up and they walk outside with it, and they put it on a sleigh, not yours.
Yeah, of course.
different sleigh.
I'd let him, but
And the sleigh is decked out in Santos colors and wreaths and all that good stuff. And as you guys get out, the sleigh starts to be pulled away, goes towards the graveyard, and every single person just follows behind. And they all go out to, I'm assuming you guys are going with everybody.
Yeah, but I think we hang back to walk with Lord Farrington.
Okay. As you guys start walking, Lord Farrington is there, and he sees you guys, and he puts his hands on like your shoulders and whatnot, and he if you guys are empathetic at all, you can tell that he's going to hug you, and you can push away or just let it happen. It's up to you.
I'm down for a hug.
I'm gonna let it happen.
His wife does so as well. So the three of you, you all get there, and there's not words that happen. It's just like the hug and the somberness. And
Gonna let it happen because
yep,
he needs
you
it.
guys all get to the grave, and casket's taken out. Casket's sealed. It's wrapped. More blessings. They throw sprigs of
parsley.
trees, they take the
Evergreen.
sprigs of
Pine. Oh,
evergreens,
yeah.
pines,
You would have
and
to.
they toss it on there. They throw the water as he throws this blessed water down on it, The smell of peppermint hits everybody. It's for the relaxing in the afterlife. And he has this whole thing that he goes through. And then the people that drove the carriage and carried the casket begin shoveling the earth down. And then they do another, sprigs and the water, and then they pour some more earth until it's covered completely. Most everybody stays there people start to leave, but most everybody stays until it's done. And then once they're sort of towards the top, everybody just kind of starts to leave. And most of the people start to head back to the town square, where you can hear rumblings of the will is going to be read.
I'm just upstairs. I read the book about Sir Milo, and now I'm just practicing like in a mirror, being like, "Hi, I'm Natalia." Oh, that's not Natalia. I'm Natalia. I'm Natalia. It just sounds so weird.
You this ring.
You got me a ring?
Yes.
that's
Because
a
you're
little...
so strong and smart and cool, and I think the world of you. Herbert gets down on one knee.
Herbert,
And he opens the ring box.
I don't really feel that way about you. I know I've had a bit much, and you've had more than me.
Mary Santos Miss.
I mean,
Mary Santos Miss.
Herbert, I appreciate.
I need you to take the ring. It's important.
I'll hold it. Okay,
Yeah,
here.
you
I'll
can
hold
take
it.
the whole thing.
Okay.
Had to be the sweet cream.
Can you even get married, Herbert?
Yes, you can. You can actually officiate marriages too.
I officiated my own.
Wait, so did you just ask her to marry you?
He just passed out on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
You gonna put on the ring?
I'm gonna close the box and put it away.
The door is opened by what you assume is Lady Farrington. And she says, "Oh, I haven't seen you in so long. Oh, how have you been?" And she says, "I've been fine, Lady Farrington. And how are you?" And they have a little bit of a conversation. And Lord Farrington says, "Excuse me." And he gets up and he says, "Oh, Gwendolyn!"
Hey!
And they have a meeting saying hello to each other and whatnot. And she says, "I must speak with your friends." And he says,
Yes.
"The platinum rings?"
We've met.
And Gwendolyn comes in and she sees the three of you. And she says, where is the...
We thought she was with you.
Yeah, we
would
assumed
she
that
be-
she
the
translated her
first-
affections to you.
No, a bit past my prime, as that goes.
That doesn't matter.
I'm not sure that matters to Yanis.
It matters to me, and it's a consensual thing, so yes. But we'll have to... I will find her. I
think she's safe.
need your assistance. I know that Lord Farrington was asking the three of you to stay to assist him. I will have others do that. Would the three of you mind accompanying me? She opens a portal and there's dust that she throws out, some leaves, and the leaves go in a big circle, and there's a portal, and you can see through the portal, you see a bustling city, and it looks like it's kind of zooming into a specific spot. It gets to the front gates of this huge castle in the middle of this bustling city, and she says, "Let's go." And she steps through the portal.
We follow.
Yeah.
You follow? You are all standing in front of a large castle. And you guys all recognize the castle. This is the town of Wood Castle. She walks up to the guards in the front of the keep.
Hiya.
And the guards look at her and they're at attention, and these are like straight up knights in shining armor. And they
That's weird.
turn to the side and they open the doors and they bow before Gwendolyn, And
In
then as-
armor?
Yep, they like put their
That's
hands on their
awkward.
chest and they
Wow,
Lean
they are
forward.
ripped.
Seriously.
the servants open the door and he just walks through it and he turns the corner and you hear him say, "Your Majesty, they have arrived." And you hear him say, "Oh, please send them in, send them in." And he turns the corner, he motions you in, and Gwendolyn leads, and then you guys follow, and Gwendolyn bows real deeply and gets on her knees and says, "Your Majesty." And he says, "Gwendolyn, knock it off, please stand."
Hiya.
I'll
I
also
bow.
bow.
Yeah, he kind of looks at the three of you.
I
and
bow.
You bowing?
I curtsy.
Yeah.
You curtsy, that's fine. You
No,
do what
I
you do.
bow.
And he says, "Welcome to the Royal Palace."
My name's Herbert.
Yes, great. He says, I'm Ulrich. It's a pleasure. Thank you for coming. Gwendolyn, are these the 4 that you promised?" And Gwendolyn says, "About that. We're searching for the 4th.
3.5.
We're searching for the 4th one. She will be here momentarily. Of that, I promise you." And he says, "Okay, good." The vizier said, "Royal family." When you guys walk in here, there is 2 children. They're about 13, 15 years old. The older one is a female. The younger one is a boy. And they're just kind of sitting off in the corner, and it is apparent that they are upset. And Gwendolyn looks at Alaric. By the way, you know Alaric and Adeline. They are king and queen of the entire region.
But the queen's not in here?
The queen is not in here. And Alaric is known as, before he took the throne, his grandfather had the throne, and his grandfather just refused to die. He was really old when he died.
He's the Lich. I'm calling it now.
And his when he took over, he was a little bit older. He was in his like mid-20s. Now he appears to be in his like late 40s. Alaric, but
a good reign.
Alaric is known as Alaric the Kind,
Aww.
and he is extremely benevolent. He's very trustworthy. He's very welcoming. He doesn't have any personal enemies, but there are enemies of the throne, and he has made giant leaps and bounds in peace talks to keep his citizens safe. Gwendolyn looks at him and says, "Have we heard anything?" And he says, "It was delivered this morning." And he hands over a scroll to Gwendolyn, and Gwendolyn looks at it, and she sighs. It begins, and she hands you, specifically you,
Okay.
the warrior,
Yes. Yes, I got that
the
part.
scroll. You open the scroll,
Yeah.
and the scroll reads, you know those fun pieces of paper that people put together as ransom notes? It's kind of like a ransom note, except in a medieval fashioned ransom note.
Okay, what's it say?
And it says, "If you wish to see your precious Queen Adelaide alive again, you will collect the following, deliver to Gwendolyn, and Gwendolyn will know where to find me." And the king says, normally I would not negotiate with terrorists, but my queen must be saved for nothing else than the sanity of the kingdom.
What are the items?
The items are as follows: Rashah's dagger, Ixdath's hoard, Mitharian's spellbook, necklace of nightmares, a light of grace, and the orchid of the gods. The king leaves. Alaric takes his stuff. He leaves following where his children left. And Gwendolyn and the vizier, who you guys don't know yet, look at each other very nervously, look at the three of you, and they obviously have shared a moment as if they know something about Marino that you guys
They're having a
don't
threesome
know,
with the
or
queen.
maybe you do know. But the two of them
She's
obviously
trussed up in one of their rooms.
know something is up, and that's where we're gonna end.
All right. See you tomorrow.